What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY and Meg's Diamond. Welcome back to Juggalo Talk, YouTube's only Juggalo talk show. That isn't even a talk show, but we're all Juggalos. So let's talk. Been a minute. I don't know if anybody saw it last week. We were planning to go live on Friday night. Last weekend was Mother's Day. The weekend of it was on Sunday, I think it was. We were going to go live Friday night because of it, but we had some stuff we had to do, decided not to do it. Obviously, we had things on Sunday. They had things going on Saturday. I hopped on with the homies from Deck One Dealt for their episode of The Marvelous Missing Link Found. If you guys ain't following, subscribe to, or fucking with Deck One Dealt, you're fucking up. They are a dope podcast. Definitely check them out. They had me on. They have a dope series called Juggalo Origin Story, kind of talk about how you discovered ICP. And it's a really great series. I enjoy it. And I enjoy Deck One Dealt. They are the shit. So go check them out. But yeah, that's why we didn't end up going live last week. We had plans to. There wasn't a lot of news, so we decided it wouldn't really be a bad idea to postpone a week anyway. And it's probably a good thing because there's actually a really fucking juicy thing to talk about. It's the main title. It was such a long title. It was the only thing I could put on the title. But we have other topics to talk about. And obviously, I figured there'd be a lot more clickbait videos out there. Jungle's buzzing over this shit, but there really wasn't. So, Megs.
Hi.
How you doing tonight?
Well, the chat's not working for me, so I'm not sure if it's working for everybody else.
It is working for me. I see we've got six people watching.
It's coming now.
So
we got lots of good topics to talk about. I'm going to run through them really quick, and then we'll go in whatever order the mood strikes.
Yeah.
Anybody Killa reveals his track list for his new album.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a Mr. Juggalo contest at the Gathering. There's going to be a Miss Cheeks contest. Big Money, a new CD will be released at the Gathering of the Juggalos this year. We're going to be talking about the new seed dropping. Big Money Hustler Extravaganza returns to the Gathering.
And that shit was dope.
Their vendors were announced for the Gathering. And it was just announced that Twiztid and ICP are supposedly going to be performing at the same festival.
Which is called Blue Ridge Rock. Is that what you said it was called?
Is that what we want to talk about first?
I mean, we can, if you want to go over some of the quicker topics and save the main meat for a little bit later.
No, so the Blue Ridge Rock Festival has like a slew of really good artists.
Yeah.
It's out in Virginia. It's going to be about like a 10 to 12 hour drive for us. It's just not feasible for us to be able to do both, like that and the Gathering.
Mm-hmm.
And I have never been, so I like Googled some things. This place is massive, okay? Like massive. So the odds of you being even close enough to see the people on stage aren't very good. And I really enjoy more like intimate concerts.
Yeah.
Where they're like smaller and you can get up closer and it's more of an intimate experience. So that being said, I would hands down go to the Gathering over this festival, but this festival does look badass, okay? Like, they got a really good lineup. It kind of seems like a Gathering. Basically, there's camping on site, there's RVs. It's like, what was it, like 5 days of...
I think that's what you said, yeah.
Yeah, like when I looked it up and, they have campgrounds and, it seems really... It's actually cheaper than the Gathering, come to find out.
Yeah, especially being this one more day.
But it does look really fun. But with it being that far of a drive,
yeah,
we would probably have to take off more than a week from work.
Right.
And just gas alone and expenses, and we might have to stop at a hotel halfway there or something. Like, we wouldn't be able to do both financially. So I would go to the Gathering over this, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I know there for a minute you were like naming off the names, and you're like, "Oh, this looks like a fun festival."
Disturbed's gonna be there. Slipknot's gonna be there.
Once I revealed where it was, because you're like, I think you asked where it was. I was like, it's in Virginia, and I was kind of like, "Whoa, hit the brakes."
Yeah. So Twiztid announced they were gonna go there first.
Yeah.
And then ICP just announced, and that's kind of what started up everything. Was that they just announced they're gonna be there, which is kind of weird, but like awesome at the same time.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, like it's awesome.
Well,
but, like Ghost, Alice Cooper, Lamb of God. Like they're all gonna be there. This is major. Like
Yeah.
not only to kind of normalize like juggalos, like we're not like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But also to expose people to some of the music.
And I kind of want to go back and I want to look at it. But I know when they announced ICP, like they were giving like ICP a lot of love on it too. Like they were saying that they were a legendary act, which is fucking awesome, you know, because in the last several years, they've been getting a lot more recognition.
I want to know the lineup of the song that they plan to play at this rock festival. Like, I would be really interested in hearing that.
If I'm going to be honest with you, I bet it's going to be the same songs we heard at Hollowicked. It's going to be the same songs they just played at Jay's birthday bash.
My foot just sliced into that.
Oh,
it's bleeding.
I'll say it's probably bleeding. That's a fucking shard of glass.
Yeah, that really hurt.
Oh, the trash can's right there. You know, I don't know.
Is that what that container is?
Well, yeah. You're like, right by it, though. You give it the
I'm bleeding.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that.
I was showing you.
Oh, okay. I thought
maybe you'd be concerned for my well-being. You'd want to see it for yourself, what I just pulled out of my toe, which I may or may not be able to keep at this point. We don't know.
Oh.
You don't know. Okay.
I'll tell you what. If you lose your toe, I will give you one of my toes.
Right. Right now, I'm just trying to keep blood from like going everywhere, so I got my foot angled. But yeah, not that I'm like saying they're gonna like fuck shit up or anything. I'm curious like what songs you're gonna play because it is a rock festival, so we don't want to go too far. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They've actually performed at a few rock festivals before. I believe they've been at Sturgis. You know Sturgis, right?
Well, I think they're gonna do great. I think that people will love it.
Yeah,
even if they don't know who ICP is, like they're gonna love it.
No, there's no doubt that they'll do good as long as they can remember their lyrics. That's why they need to go with the set list that they're very familiar with. That way they know to get it right. You good? You want me to get
it hurts.
Oh, you want me to get you like some paper towel or toilet paper or something?
I think you need to get like some alcohol and a Band-Aid or something.
Oh no. Nurse DCFAYGOGUY's on it.
I don't know. I just like moved my foot along the carpet and it just so.
Let's start you off with some toilet paper. Here you go. Clean up your
I have to do it myself? What kind of hospital is this?
Clean your wound up.
Ow. I think we might be able to save the toe.
That's good. I mean, I still have a toe to donate if you really want it.
There's no guarantees, but you bringing that Band-Aid?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the alcohol.
Yeah, just bring a Band-Aid.
Just bring a Band-Aid.
I've had worse cuts without Band-Aids, so.
Okay.
I think it's just like a sensitive spot. I swear, it's every fucking live stream. I spill a drink on me.
Do you want me to put the Band-Aid on for you, or do you have it?
No,
Okay.
thank you. I got it. I either spill like a drink on me, or
I'm likely to cut you worse if I put the Band-Aid on. Like somehow I will use the Band-Aid as like a straight razor and slice through your foot.
No, I can totally see that happening.
That's just my kind of luck. So, chat is fucking popping off. Swedish Pocket is here. He's clear from Sweden.
So yeah, the festival is gonna be amazing. The only thing that's like turning me off is how massive and big it's gonna be. You gotta think like how many people go to the gathering, and this place is gonna have like 200 more artists.
Yeah,
like it's gonna be crazy. I don't know.
Right.
We should look up some YouTube videos.
Yeah, we could probably do that later tonight or something.
Yeah. So I just kind of.
So I guess the really kind of meat and potatoes of this topic that everybody's talking about is, I see a lot of people that are like, oh, are they going to hash it out? Or are they going to work things out?
No.
First of all,
don't even think that.
They're probably not even performing the same day.
They're probably just hoping they don't run into each other. This is also something to think about. This is September 8th through 11th.
Right.
not that long after the gathering.
Right.
And weren't they supposed to like slow down?
Yeah. Well, and they just got announced.
Like the gathering is going to be a lot.
Yeah.
Financially, physically, for them, and then to only have a couple weeks off, and then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have slowed down way down. I mean, Juggalo Day was the last event they had, and then they had Violent J's birthday bash, and then the next event is
maybe this is them slowing down. Think about this, because you have a third party involved in the lights and the stage. You know, they're not having. It's not like we have like people like smaller bands coming on, and then ICP is a grand finale where ICP sets a whole stage. This is going to be a shared stage.
Right.
So maybe they won't have that many decorations. They won't have as much cleanup. They won't have as much. It'll just kind of be like them going, performing a few songs, and then leaving. Yeah. So maybe that is them slowing down.
Well, when they said they were going to slow down, most of what they were meaning was they were going to slow down from doing tours, going out on the road, because that is very taxing. You know, I forget. There was an interview of some kind that I just watched. I think it was the one that Bartle Boss and the Dead Guy did. Well, it was the Dead Guy, but it was on the Bartle Boss and Dead Guy channel with Blase Rose, and she was talking about how when they're on tour, you show up like either the morning or the afternoon of the show. You do the show, and then like 3 or 4 in the morning after the show is when you guys hit the road, and you're going to the next place. So it's very taxing, which we've seen that through the Shaggy show that they've done. We've seen that through parts of the Purple show that Twiztid put out there. So I mean, being on the road, that to me just seems exhausting. I've been on road trips, obviously in a car, not in a tour bus, but still, that's got to be exhausting. And some tours go on for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months at a time. So I think they were mainly trying to say that that's where they're going to slow down at. So it doesn't surprise me that they're doing this festival. It surprises me that the festival booked them.
No, but that's awesome.
Yeah. Because then, that means they'll have the gathering, they'll have that, they'll have Halloween, they'll have Big Ballas. That's tack that on to all the other events they've had this year. That's what, 7 total shows they performed in a 12-month span. That to me is slowing down, knowing how ICP is or has been in the past. Is there? It looks like I'm seeing questions. Oh, second question. So what's the first question?
Well, I do see a really good one I'd like to touch base on that says, hypothetically speaking, let's just say that ICP and Twiztid did work out their differences. How would you react? Which I think is that's an interesting question. How would you react?
Say the question again. I was reading. Sorry.
Hypothetically speaking, if ICP and Twiztid did work their shit out, how would you react?
I've said this before. I think I've said this on record before, that even if they hash shit out, if my feelings toward Twiztid are because of the way they've behaved, it would still take them to earn my forgiveness before I would just forgive them. Just because ICP comes out and says, yo, we're a big for instance I give you is Isham. They're cool with Isham. I don't like Isham. I think he's fucking full of himself. He's on a fucking pedestal. I don't like Isham.
All right.
And ICP prop him up like he's a fucking godfather.
Isham, memorabilia.
That's just my thing, and that's something else that I've made comments about.
For me,
Juggalos can't forgive Twiztid. It's they only had enough forgiveness for Isham, and it's Twiztid doesn't matter. And people's defense are, but Isham's the godfather of the wicked shit. That's like saying it's okay if my mom beats me and talks shit about me because she gave birth to me.
I can tell it's a touchy subject for you.
What logic is that, though?
For me, I don't think anything would change. Nothing would change for me. So. Yeah,
well, we'd get New Dark Lotus. That'd be dope.
That's not guaranteed.
Right. Well, I mean, if they hashed it out, they could, potentially.
So, that being said, Big Money Hustlers, Extravaganza. You don't know what that is. It's kind of like an interactive movie. They play the movie, but then they have we went to one, right? Because I keep trying to remember. I swear we went to one before. They have people come out with props, and they'll act things out, and it's just silly.
I don't remember if we went in the actual tent. I think we were just looking in from the outside.
But I'm trying to remember if it was the gathering or if it was DCG Con.
It should have been the Gathering. I don't think they had it at DCG Con.
Are those outlines on the wall from the pictures that used to be there? Oh my god. It is.
Squirrel!
I just noticed it. Well, it just says for this particular one, it'll be interactive with certain scenes that require toilet paper, donuts, kazoos.
What?
Kazoos?
Oh, the little
squeaky horns and other random items.
Yeah.
It's fun. This is going to be Wednesday.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's fun. It's just a different experience. I'm going to say this nicely. I would not give up other things to go to this. But if there's something going on at that time, I will be there.
Yeah. I think it's fun. I think it was Whoopstock that I went to where I peeked in, and the scene where the magic ninjas came and like killed Missy, there was an actual ninja that like came out. It might have been the actual part where they summoned the magic ninjas. I don't remember exactly, but like
it was fun.
It's very interactive, and I think it's really fun. Speak of the devils, they will appear. Deckwendell is in the chat. Like I said, if you're not subscribed to Deckwendell, go check them out. Dope podcast.
I want to keep things moving because we got a lot of shit to talk about. ABK, Anybody Killer, reveals his track list for his newest album.
Which is Always Bringing Knowledge, ABK.
Native World 2022. So they are Facts of Information, Knowledge, They Don't Know, Haters Look the Same, I'm Gonna Rock It. Sorry, they're really stretched out in the back of the album.
Yeah.
Dirty Secrets, Changes, Faded Away, How It Goes, No Drama Needed, Bad Energy, No Excuse, Warrior Status, Head High, and there's one that is it Conceited? Conceited. So just reading that.
I know where this is going.
What? What?
No, proceed. I think I know what you're going to say.
I was just going to say, like, my vibe for the album, what I thought it was going to be. It sounds really, like, uplifting, like, motivational.
Okay.
Like, he's moving on or growing. That's what I get. I mean, it's saying, like, knowledge and it's talking about, like, haters look the same. Like, you know, dirty secrets. Maybe he's going to be revealing some things. Faded away. He's moving on. You know, no drama needed. He's like maturing, and I kind of just see like, you know, head high, no excuse. Like it kind of seems like it may be a motivational, feel good album. That's all I was gonna say. So
where I was going with it is I had seen somebody comment when Faygo Lovers posted it on Facebook, and they said when you look at the track list, every single song could be about psychopathic, and I'm like, you know, he's not wrong. When you read through that,
so like,
you
could say that about literally almost every album ever.
Right. I took it as comical. I laughed at it. I didn't look at it and be like, oh, you know, there's going to be some juicy drama here. I was like, damn, you know, he's not wrong. I doubt that's what the whole album's going to be about. Assuming the album even comes out, because we're still waiting on Shapeshifter. We're still waiting on Road Fools 2. So, I don't know. But yeah, what were we talking about?
So they released a couple of new things for the Gathering, and they're going to have a Mr. Juggalo pageant, which is like the first ever, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Are you going to participate?
No.
Why not?
Oh, I'm going to be part of the art contest, remember? We're painting my butthole, and I'm spreading sheets sitting on the canvas. Like, this has already been planned out. I'm entering that event, and
Wait. So are you consenting to letting me paint your asshole?
Yeah.
So this means we have to practice first.
No, I thought we were going to do, like, the paint on my cheeks, and I'm going to sit on the canvas.
We got to practice at home at least once to make sure the thing works.
Okay.
So this this contest, Juggalo pageant, is going to be 12 contestants, 13 rounds with a special guest. There will be a first, second, and third place winners, with the first place being crowned the first ever Mr. Juggalo. I think this will be fun. It's going to be Wednesday at 4:30.
Yeah, damn. What time? 4:30?
Yeah, 4:30 to 5:30. So I hope it doesn't conflict with anything else. But it looks fun. And like the advertisement is like 3 men in like bikinis, basically. So
Yeah,
I think be silly.
If I'm not mistaken, Mankini is part of that. Like I think Mankini is part of who is going to be posting.
Well,
that
he's
or
going to be
putting
hosting it.
Oh, okay. Alex says Mankini is a judge, so that competition is already out.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
everything that we're talking about is already out. We don't like have like an exclusive hookup or anything. We're just like, right? I mean, this is just.
Yeah.
We're just sharing.
Yeah.
Sharing's caring.
I think it sounds interesting. I don't know that I will go to it per se, but hey, it's a new event. One thing I always regret never taking a part in is the Faygo launching contest.
When you go to, this is what's so frustrating though, like the website competition still says coming soon.
Yeah, it's like they're announcing it through social media, which they've done that in the past, where they'll like slowly announce artists, because they did that I remember them doing that for Super Gathering. I remember them doing it for Whoopstock. I don't remember them doing it last year. And somebody in the chat earlier said something about rumors that there's going to be a lot of dead air at the gathering, essentially meaning a lot of bad acts that nobody's going to want to go see. Which, I mean, honestly, when they announced it, I kept last year in mind. Like, they booked a lot of names I didn't know. And they even went in there and said, these are not a lot of big names. These are juggalos that want, or I mean, these are performers that want to be there. So, yeah, a lot of, I don't want to say no-namers because somebody out there probably knew them, but I didn't know them. And I'm anticipating for this year to be kind of the same. Like, I think they'll get big acts, but I think there's going to be a lot of, like, lower-named people. Ooh, let's speculate about this. On Twitter, Kung Fu Vampire posted earlier this week that, and I'm going to paraphrase this really badly, that he had just got done having a conversation with Psychopathic, said that was a good conversation, that it's been a while since they've had a talk.
Insinuating that he might be at the gathering again?
I'm speculating that he'll be at the gathering.
I hope he is. I'm excited.
So, I mean, if he's talking to Psychopathic, it's got to be business.
Well, that's not necessarily true, but
yeah, I mean, he kind of made it come off.
You said it has to be. It may be business.
Yeah, he made it come off kind of like a casual, like, hey, just got to talk to the Psychopathic. Like, they were just catching up.
Like maybe it wasn't like official, so he didn't want to announce it.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah. But it basically went in my mind. I was like, yo, I feel like he's going to be there.
Oh, sorry.
Because for him to be still talking to them.
No, like, I hope he is there.
Yeah.
I really do.
Let me say this. They would be dumb not to book Kung Fu Vampire.
They're also going to do like a Miss Cheeks competition or contest.
Yeah, it's like Queen of Cheeks or some shit.
Yeah, for the best butt. What is the new CD that's going to be releasing at this year's gathering?
The CD? So what the CD is, and this is actually something that, if I remember back to, might have been Fearless Fred Fury, maybe Flip the Rat. One of their recent albums a few years ago, they were talking about putting out, it had to be Fearless Fred Fury. Sorry, scatterbrain like a motherfucker. They were talking about releasing albums that were more or less like greatest hits albums. And they were going to be like a collection of these kind of songs and a collection of these songs, like their scary songs, their sexy songs. You know what I mean? Like they had different ones like that they had announced, but nothing ever became of it. The only one that did was Supervillain's hit list at Super Gathering. And it was kind of like a greatest hits of Supervillains. So from what I've gathered, this new one, and I forget the name of it already, it's Violent J something, something, something. Like, it's like super slept on something. So, and it's songs that he feels like didn't get enough love from the Juggalos. And it's a CD basically.
That have already been released.
Yeah, it's kind of like a playlist on disc. So it's a greatest hits, essentially.
And that's what they're going to be giving out?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're selling it or giving it out. They just said it's going to be there.
I would imagine they're probably not going to sell it because they're songs that they've already sold.
Well, because they plan on doing that in that. See, I have to look now because I feel like it was Fearless Fred Fury. Excuse me, or Flip the Rat. We are drinking pop, by the way. If you guys are not subscribed to Megs' channel, there's a link in the description to go subscribe to her channel.
It's Megs Diamond. Megs being with a Z.
Yep, like Legs Diamond, but Megs.
Yeah.
because she's my diamond.
But no relation.
Yeah.
Aww. Oh, that was so sweet.
I'm getting laid tonight.
Yeah, he's trying to get some brownie points. You don't even need brownie points.
But anyway, link in the description to go check out her channel. We do a series over on there called Is It Faygo? Essentially, we get like flavors. The hell does that mean? Similar flavors of pop to Faygo flavors. Blindfold ourselves, and we have to guess which is which and find which is the Faygo.
So also, speaking of CDs, would you like to talk about the new seed?
Just a second. I did look it up. It's in right here. It is actually in Fearless Fred Fury's book. It says, Insane Clown Posse presents the best of collection. And in 2019, on March 15th, Supervillain's hit list was supposed to drop. That ended up coming out at the Gathering. You have ICP's Funniest Shit Ever, which was supposed to come out in June of 2019. You have Most Unusual Shit that was supposed to come out in August of that year. And you had ICP's Greatest Stories Ever that was supposed to come out in September of that year. But obviously, the only one that has come out of those four that was announced was Supervillains at the Gathering. And for those who don't have Fearless Fred Fury, I will show you what the artwork was supposed to be like. That was what they were advertising. It never came to be, except for Hit List, of course. And they had the advertisement for the rest of the Waxworks. Yeah, that one right here. This is the only one that came out at the Gathering. The rest have not come out yet. And then looking at the Waxworks, they still got to put out the Calm, Eye of the Storm, and Forgotten Freshness 1 and 2 on vinyl. They scrapped the Waxworks apparently too, which pisses me off. Well, it doesn't piss me off. I was actually saving money by not collecting the vinyl anymore.
So you got one more.
Yeah, we have one more.
Mm.
They Violent J in an interview when this album came out had said it'll be another exhibit of Shangri-La and Hell's Pit. So we don't know if that means it's another Wraith or if it's another Joker card that's just giving us, Heaven and Hell. I kind of feel like Marvelous Missing Link should have been the 6th Joker's card of deck 2 because you literally have Lost and Found. And in the Discord, there was an interesting conversation going on. Again, link in the description if you are on Discord, you want to be part of the DCFAYGOGUY Discord. We have some interesting conversations in there. And they had one the other day about feeling like the Joker cards for deck 2 were released out of order. And somebody made a point where they felt like Lost should have came first, then the other albums, and then it should end with Found. So you basically would be lost.
Like that. No, I like that concept.
And then each Joker card would be kind of like how to find your salvation, and then the last one would be Found. And I'm like, yo, that's a dope idea. Like, why didn't they execute that?
No,
but,
I like that idea.
Obviously, they, think...
Even they didn't have all the album concepts yet.
They kind of just like wing it as they go, I've noticed. Which is fine. That's how I do shit too.
So new seed?
New seed. Excuse me.
Woo!
Pug Ugly. Supposed to be coming out at the Gathering.
I just don't know how I feel about that name though.
It's a weird name. Wicked Vic was a dope name, but Pug Ugly is kind of weird.
This is Pug Ugly. She got a mean mug.
She ain't even a pug though.
She got a pug mug.
She's a Shih Tzu.
Where's the other one at?
Probably off on the couch. But yeah, there's no confirmation yet that Pug Ugly's even coming out, which I'm not going to sit here and say, like, it's not coming out. I'm not going to speculate whether it is or not. I kind of did that around Juggalo Day, and then lo and behold, Wicked Vic actually came out. So I'm just going to say Pug Ugly's going to come out at the Gathering. I'm just going to safely trust that it's coming out on time. They just came back from a hiatus. Did they actually come back did they start their Twitch streams back up?
I haven't seen any news or anything.
Yeah,
I'm sure that like if they did, it would be like all over like Facebook and Faygo lovers and stuff. I haven't seen anything. So
has anybody watched the Twitch streams for ICP Network? Did they actually make the return? Are they doing the streams again, or are they still on hiatus from that? Because they were supposed to return, I think, either last week or the week before. But I have no idea. I'm not going to lie. I don't watch the Twitch streams. I'm horrible at watching streams. I do my best to catch Deck One Dealt live, and I fail miserably at that every Sunday. I always catch the after show and then blow up their comments section. So I'm just not good at catching live streams. But yeah, does anybody know? Did ICP Network start streaming again on Twitch? Because I have no idea. But they went on that hiatus. My assumption was to either do some work for the Gathering, which I feel like that's kind of Jumpsteady's baby. He wouldn't really need ICP to help with that as much, right? So I felt like maybe their hiatus was to go work on the next seed, try to get that finalized for the Gathering. That's just purely speculation on my part. But, for them to have the hiatus, that to me seems like what I would use my time and energy on. They are still on the hiatus. Thank you, Ivy.
So it's more than 2 weeks, which is what they advertised then. Is that correct?
Huh?
They had originally advertised it would just be for 2 weeks. Don't worry, ninjas. We're going to come back and have like this amazing surprise for you or whatever. I can't remember like word for word.
Yeah.
So it's been more than 2 weeks then.
Yeah. Which, I mean, again, if they are using it to work on the seed, I'm totally fine with that because I don't watch the streams anyway. There are some good streams I'd like to catch. Like the Jam Exam is always a dope one. But, I don't stay up late to watch the streams live, and I haven't subscribed to the Twitch. I mean, it's not like it's that much. I guess that wouldn't be terrible. But Alex in the chat says that FFF booklet shows so many unreleased promises. Calm and Eye of the Storm vinyl, Forgotten Freshness 1 and 2 vinyl, and all three of those best of compilations mentioned before. I've thought about doing like a Forgotten Freshness type video where I don't even know if that's what I want to call it, but basically just go through everything that they've ever said that's going to come out over their career that's never come out.
How perfect would that be to release that at the Gathering of Dreams?
What's that? The video?
All the albums that they dreamed to put out.
They would need a really long hiatus.
But my question was, how awesome would that be?
That would be awesome.
To release all the albums they've dreamed of at the Gathering of Dreams.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome, for sure.
I didn't say it was plausible.
Ivy Kill says, don't say it too loud because we are not supposed to know, but we'll be at the Gathering. Okay, I won't say it loud at all.
Well, he said, did they say out loud or loud?
Don't say it too loud.
Well, you can whisper it.
King Quack is supposedly going to be at the Gathering.
Who?
Shh. I can't say it twice.
You already did say it twice.
No, the first time I went, Jesse, yes, I have listened to Hex's Demon Season. I actually wanted to do a review for it yesterday or today. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and do a review. I do not own a physical copy of it, and I will not be getting a physical copy of it. I will talk about that in the review. But, yeah, I liked it. I thought it was really good. It's definitely more up my alley than Ouija Mac is, for sure. It's more like that old school hip-hop sound to it. I liked it. He's from the West Coast, so it's kind of like his whole big thing is West Coast wicked shit. And it sounds, it's up that alley of like the old school hip-hop from the 90s. It's kind of how it felt and sounded to me.
We do have some other news. Well, big news for me, anyways.
Oh, yeah.
I got a new phone.
Wow!
So,
I do too.
vlogging will be back.
In full effect. And in.
Well, it might take me a little bit to get back in the swing of things. So, my old phone, I just didn't have enough storage. That's what it really came down to is over time, I couldn't hold as much storage on my phone. Every update, it takes up storage. And I had like very little storage as it was. And I was deleting apps and offloading them and stuff, and I just I literally couldn't vlog. So I just kind of stopped. Slowly, it just became more of a pain and more of a hassle, and there would be things that would happen that I wanted to vlog and I couldn't, and so then I would lose motivation. Like, well, why edit these videos when I don't even have other ones I wish I would have had? You know what I mean? So, yeah. But I'm gonna try to get back in the swing of things.
Swedish Pocket.
Huh?
Yeah. Swedish Pocket said, fuck yeah, the new phone was the best news today. The return of the vlogs.
It is. Like, I'm so happy. I mean, I didn't want to spend that money. He talked me into it. Like, he just pick, and then one night I was like, okay, fine, order it.
Well, see, we've been for years getting like
Yeah.
older models of iPhone, and we always run into issues within a couple years of owning them. And so like we have the extra money, and I said, let's just like make the jump to the newest. Well, it's not the newest. Like we went from iPhone 6, like this is an iPhone 6 right here, to iPhone 12. So we are jumping several generations, and my hope and goal is for that phone, for these phones to last us for years. And you know, the best part about that is that shoots in 4K. So your videos will be 4K.
And the audio too, because I do concert vlogs.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of film like a little bit before the concert, like if we're meeting up with friends, kind of like a vlogging style. And then I will film like clips of each song at the concert. And to be honest, it wasn't the best quality. Like the audio, the lights, and it's kind of one of the things where you have people around you. And I'm seeing other people filming, and I'm like, oh, like their phone, it looks so, like the video looks so good on the screen.
Yeah.
And I kind of get a little jealous, but it's whatever, you know. And
right.
I don't do those vlogs because I'm putting out like the best quality of their concerts. I do them because I enjoy going back and watching them, you know, especially like, oh my God, during COVID, we like couldn't go to any concerts. So we would go back and watch my old concert vlogs, and it was nice.
Here's my thing.
I don't care if it was bad quality or not.
I know you and I usually try to pride ourselves on good quality. You know how many Juggalo content creators there are out there that have absolute garbage quality and they still get lots of views? They still get like a lot of love. I think Jugs just want to fucking show love for Jugs. You know what I mean?
Lorgasm stated that he has also lost motivation due to his having computer issues. And I totally get that, man, because right about the same time, my laptop broke, and you just lose motivation, you know, when things are super inconvenient and your life is so busy. Like we have 3 jobs now, which we didn't. Like when I first started vlogging, I had one part-time job. Yeah. I was vlogging every week.
Right.
And now it just, you know.
We vlog when we can, you know, and that the last vlog that we put out, because I did the editing for it, I was like, let's present it like this, like kind of just throw everything we've done together over the weekends for the month of April, and like this is April's vlog.
Well, our lives are changing, so it only makes sense that our vlogging or our YouTube styles would also change. Are you following?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just makes sense that like that's going to change too, because our lives are so different now.
Right.
And a couple people were asking like if we're going to the gathering or not. We really haven't announced that we're going for sure because we don't know that we're going for sure.
Right. Like ideally, we want to go. We're
ideally,
at like 80-90% going.
Like no road bumps, no circumstances. Like we're going.
No circumcision.
I'm not going for circumcision, but yeah, we just have like a couple like health concerns, and then we're worried about getting the PTO off. Because we both work at the same place, and we wanted one day off, June 3rd, and they were like giving us shit for us both wanting to take it off.
Right.
So we're like, oh, great. When we put in our request for a week off for the gathering, like, are we going to get that? So we're kind of like, I mean, we're going. Like, if we buy a ticket, I'm going. They can write us up. They can suspend us. I don't give a shit.
Right. Well, and, you know, that was one thing we talked about, and we talked to our boss about before I got hired on, because she worked there before I did. And that was one thing we expressed to her is this, we don't want this to be an issue. And she assured us it wouldn't be. So we can throw that kind of and be like, you know, this was a concern we had. Obviously, they ain't going to want to lose either one of us.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I don't want to come off like super cocky because they could fire me tomorrow if they wanted to. But I am the longest employee in that department. I know the most in that department. As far as like, you know, being having the skills needed. You know, he's the second longest in that department. To get like, I brought in the most money. I bring in the most money every quarter. You bring in the second amount of most every quarter. They're not gonna get. I just feel like they wouldn't get rid of us for something like that.
Yeah, I don't think they would.
We make that company thousands of dollars a month.
Yep.
Thousands.
Well, yeah.
We made 50-some thousand in 3 months.
Yeah. The first quarter of the year,
Yeah.
Our department made $50,000, and there's 3 of us: me, her, and our boss.
Because we're like 2 people short staffed.
Right.
Well, that's not the whole department because you have the other division that has like 6 or 7 people. But anyway, I just don't see that they would like drop us, their 2 best employees, for wanting a week off.
Right.
And so I hate to kind of like call their bluff on it, but I mean, if it comes to it, I'm just gonna say like, do what you got to do, man. You're gonna fire us for that? Do it. We'll go elsewhere. Especially with our experience.
Right. They don't have to train somebody new, and first of all, you got to find somebody reliable.
2 people new.
Well, yeah, 2 people new,
and they wouldn't have
reliable.
They wouldn't have anyone to train them.
Well, yeah.
So I'm just saying.
But yeah, Swedish Pocket. I know you were asking about our Juggalo origin stories. Mine, if you want to know mine, go check out Deck One Dealt. I was on their episode last week for Found. They have a whole series. What they do in their episodes, they try to reach out and have jugglers reach out to them, I should say, to be on and tell their origin story of how they discovered ICP and became a juggalo. It's a little series embedded in their actual podcast. Their podcasts, they usually will talk about new stuff like this, and then they'll listen to an album and kind of review it. So they put on a really great podcast, and the Juggalo origin story is one of the things that they have embedded in that. They do upload the videos later. You know, they take it off of the actual live stream and have it as a separate series as well. So if you want to hear my origin story, go check that episode out. And I'll leave it up to Megs if she wants to tell her story here. Or, you know, like I said, Deck One Dealt, they wait for juggalos to reach out to them.
What story?
Your origin story, how you discovered ICP and became a juggalo. But Sister Hatchet is in the chat. I haven't heard from her since the Super Gathering.
So is that something where they like have like guests on that share their experiences, like how they?
Yeah. So the way they did it is they just basically put out a calling, I think, on Twitter and basically through their YouTube channel. If there are juggalos that want to reach out to them, like through email or on Instagram or whatever, and wants to come on their show and tell their origin story.
Well, I'll tell you, I was like super young, like middle school, like maybe 6th grade, middle school, like super young. And we were like camping with friends, and that was before smartphones. So we had like little MP3 players, and I was listening to my friend's MP3 player, and they had In My Room by ICP, and I was like, what is this? Like, I was really feeling it. And so, of course, I didn't, you know, at the time, it just wasn't, you know, it was a different world. So I went home and I'm like looking up ICP on YouTube, and of course, ICP and Twiztid's coming up, and I'm like watching different stuff. I'm like, I'm really liking this, and I'm trying to find websites to download the MP3s so I can listen to it. And then, it was middle school. I think I was 14 or 15. I met this guy who like burned me off all the like the 6 Joker cards, the first set, and I would just listen to him over and over and over. I didn't even realize the full extent of how many CDs they had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just would listen to it over and over and over, and they were like burnt CDs.
That was how it was when we were getting into it. We didn't have burnt copies. It would always be like the people that got Kim, my sister, into ICP, they had like old copies that were kind of scratched up. And they would go get a new copy, so they would just give her the old one.
Gotcha.
That's how we ended up with it. And it was Ringmaster. You know, it was the main Joker cards minus Carnival of Carnage, and this is 98.
So by the time I like had like an actual job, I bought my first ICP CD. It was Bang Pow Boom at Hot Topic. And, you know, then shortly after we went to American Psycho tour together, because I had met this fine-ass ninja. And I was like, I was sold on him. So then we went to American Psycho tour, and that was my first ICP concert. And it was just like, when can we go back? You know what I mean? And just kind of from there, I mean, really, like, meeting you influenced a lot, too, because you're a CD collector. So he would be like, oh, well, have you heard this CD? And I was like, I didn't even, like, fucking know they made that CD.
Yeah.
So I would listen to it, and I would say, oh, well, I like this and this track and this track, you know. And you kind of help introduce a lot to me, you know, like you were like, well, have you heard ABK? And I'm like, who the fuck is ABK? You know what I mean? Because I only knew of like the main, you know, like ICP, Twiztid, Blaze. Like it was like a slow, because you know I used to listen to a lot of that music on YouTube,
right?
And so it would like suggest like Blaze. I'm like, oh, well, who's Blaze? So then I started listening to Blaze, and it would suggest somebody else. I'm like, well, who's this? You know?
Yeah. See, that origin is a lot like you were more open to it than I was, and I didn't really talk about this in Deck Wendelt's episode. But for years, we didn't really have the resources to like go do research. When we did have internet access, we would go to insaneclownposse.com. But it was usually mainly to just like look at news that they had. And we were so tunnel vision on ICP that like I remember in 2003, it was actually probably, it was like spring of 2003, summer of 2003.
ICP's how I found Tech 9.
Yeah, not me. But
so that was like a huge thing for me, you know.
I remember they had an advertisement for Hatchet Warrior. And I remember thinking, who the fuck is this? And I didn't care. I wanted to go see shit about ICP.
Yeah.
You know, that's 2003. So fast forward, like, and I remember when we lived in New Zealand. We lived in New Zealand from 2003 to 2005. We would use a, similar to LimeWire, it was a download site called Winmix, WINMX. You know, it's where you would pirate music. And we would just search for ICP shit. You know, because people can name those files, they would always be named wrong. So we would discover some Twiztid songs that were labeled as ICP and Twiztid. We didn't know what or who Twiztid was.
So gotcha.
And I remember we had heard a couple songs off of Freak Show, and we were like, oh, this must be like ICP mocking themselves. Like somehow we justified that it was still ICP, but they were rapping different somehow. Like that's how naive we were. And it wasn't until 2007 when I got my first full-time job and had money. And I went and got, you know, I got the Tempest, I got my Quest for Shangri-La, and I went and got Behind the Paint, and I read it. And that was when they were talking about Twiztid and Dark Lotus. I'm like, who are these groups they're talking about? And like, I just like full on went and did research. And then I'm like, there's a whole fucking world outside of ICP that I've been ignoring for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, because I got down in 2002, and I'd been ignoring it. And my sister had been in it 5 years prior to that because she discovered them in 97, 98.
Mine were only music videos that I had heard.
Yeah.
Because my main source was like YouTube to hear ICP or Twiztid music. So most of the songs that I was familiar with were ones that had music videos.
Yeah.
So they didn't have music video. I might not have heard them.
Yeah.
So then it was just kind of like, you know, being over at friend's house and then playing the album. I'm like, what's the song? You know, or like you introducing me to some, or I had like this neighbor kid, my childhood home I lived at. This neighbor kid, he had like an older brother that was into that shit. And so he would give me like his old like Marilyn Manson CDs. And like that was my, you know, how I so.
I just like to tell that story of how naive I was because it's crazy that all this time, like here we are listening to ICP from 2002 on.
I don't know if I should say who it is. I don't want to make them uncomfortable. But one of our friends had said that when they first got into ICP and then they found Twiztid, they thought they were like ICP like posers or like knockoff.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. When we heard it, we were like, what the fuck is this? Like we thought they were posers. We thought they were knockoffs.
Yeah.
Shout out to Juggalo BD John with that $2 super chat that says whoop whoop from me and my old lady.
What's your old lady's name?
And then he goes on to say, you guys are the shit. And he uses one of his member emojis that is available only for a member. If you'd like to become a member, support giveaways here on the channel, you can hit the link in the description down below or the join button. I believe the join button is there.
So all the membership money goes back into giveaways. We don't pocket any of that.
Correct. It's support and giveaways purely. So if you'd like to be a part of that, you can hit the join button. If not, it's all love. Either fucking way.
See, I was in high school. Well, was I about to graduate when A and B came out?
Yeah.
So I'm a youngin'.
Well, see, and even like
I've been down for a long time.
So, like I said, we were very tunnel vision to just ICP. I remember in 2006 when Boondocks came out. Like I said, 2007 was when that view went like this, and I realized who Twiztid and all that were.
Pretty sure you introduced me to Boondocks.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was, and you at the time like lived in Georgia, so it was kind of funny.
So at the time that The Harvest was first coming out, we had found that song and we heard Violent J in the song. We're like, oh, this must be like some artist that they're featuring or working with. We didn't realize it was like on the label. Like, it's so crazy, like how like we didn't just go and like do our research and find out everything we needed to know about the Juggalo world. It was just like we knew ICP, we knew the Joker cards, and that's all that mattered to us. We didn't like fucking give a shit about anything else until 2007. So, and even out of this day, like, you know, my sister, she loves ICP. She doesn't listen to it every day like I do. I kind of stole that passion. But ever since we first tried to introduce her to Twiztid, she just didn't care for it. Like, ICP was her shit, and that was it. So, yeah. Wait, what? Wasn't aware shit was paused till I got here. You have to hit the play button, my good friend. Juggalo's BD John with another $2 super chat says Twiztid Let is her name. Hit the thumbs up button. Yes, hit the thumbs up button. Or if you.
So she has a YouTube too?
Does she?
I didn't know that.
Well, is he saying hit the like button on this video or her video? If she has a channel,
Do both.
Yes.
We're gonna go check out her channel. I'm curious.
Yeah, if she has a channel, plug that shit. No, my membership is currently paused till Friday. Oh, okay. That's all good. No better man.
How much is the membership?
It is $1.99 a month.
Not too bad.
When I was thinking of making the memberships, I was like, I wanted it to not be expensive. I wanted to do $1 a month, but $2, like $1.99 was the cheapest option they would give me.
So you couldn't do anything wrong.
Because my whole thought process was, you know, I have 4,000 subscribers. If at least half of them became a member, we could do big giveaways.
We still can. We can skip, a month and save up more money.
We've been consistently for the last year having about 10 members, so that's how we've been able to keep doing so many giveaways.
What do you think about
thanks to them.
What do you think about doing a fundraiser?
I've thought about that too, but I feel like I kind of avoided it because I felt like Juggalos would be like, this dude's just trying to rip off Jugs and say, you know what I mean? I just felt like people would try to make it something it's not. I just kind of shied away from it a little bit.
I get that. Our dogs need a bath. She's looking rough.
Juggalo's BD John says, DC, did you see I sent a thank you comment on your video? I did not see that. I don't know much about that feature. That's something new that I honestly didn't realize I had it until I seen the homie Juggalo Collectibles here on YouTube had made a post about having the super thanks. So the super thanks is kind of like you can go to a standalone video. It doesn't have to be a live stream. It's like a super chat. You can hit super thanks and it gives basically like a tip. So it's kind of like I'm the guy strumming the guitar outside of your coffee shop and you're like, yo, you're good. And you flip me a quarter. That's kind of how I think of the super thanks. Dead Cell says, my oldest brother was the one who introduced me to ICP, Twiztid, and all of them, which funny enough, he caused me to tear up last week when he passed down his old The Wraith shirt to me. That is fucking dope. 20 years this November. 20 years ago is when The Wraith shirt came out.
That makes you feel old?
It makes me feel really... Well, this summer, 2002 was when I started listening to ICP. On a summer night, I was in my sister's bedroom. She'd been listening to Great Malenko because, she has
Why
been
were you
listening.
in there?
Just hanging out. She was there. Her boyfriend was there. Keith was there. My brother was there, and I was there. We were just kind of hanging out. I was playing my Game Boy. They were listening to Great Malenko, and Pass Me By came on, and the piano in it caught my attention because at the time I really liked Linkin Park's In the End. And it kind of gave me a similar vibe because I just really liked the piano used in like rap. And it caught my attention. I was like, yo, this is actually pretty good. But like I said, my sister's had been listening to them for like 5 years prior to this. I just never had anything to do with it. I always tell the story of I was a kid. You know what I mean? I was into kid shit, not rap. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like at that point in time, I listened to what I liked, regardless.
At that point in time, you listened to the kids pop, Disney soundtrack,
Backstreet Boys.
No. You cannot have both.
And fucking NSYNC.
You really gotta be either Team NSYNC or Team Backstreet Boys. You can't be both.
And fucking Hanson, bop, pintown, bop, do bop, do bop, do bop. That was horrible. butchered the shit out of those lyrics. But yeah, for years up to that point, I just really kind of listened to what I liked. So it was like if I heard something I liked it, and I would burn CDs. I actually think I still have them somewhere, but I had playlists. I had CDs that I called Kenny's Songs because my real name's Kenny.
Well, your real name's Kenneth.
Kenneth, yes. But I made CDs called Kenny's Songs. So if there was music I liked, I would fucking rip it. We used, LimeWire, similar pirating sites.
I used to name it Megan's Mix.
Oh, that's cool.
I used to always do that.
But,
or Megan's Music, or something with an M.
I think it's in the basement, but I'm gonna see if I can find those CDs. I don't think they'll play at all, but I feel like people will listen to the first few Kenny Songs CDs and be like, "What a chuff! This is the shit he listened to before ICP." And you can tell, when I discovered ICP because ICP started to be more on the CDs.
Back up.
Hold up.
Everybody has that.
Everybody
that. At one point was jamming Barney, Britney Spears,
Power Rangers theme songs,
Paw Patrol, Tom's the Train. Everybody has that. You're not some weirdo because at that part of your life you listen to baby shit. Everybody listened to baby shit. You're not a freak for that.
Oh, I didn't say I was a freak.
Well, you're insinuating that you were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody has that look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I knew the Barney's theme song by heart at some point in my life.
Don't judge me because of the pajamas I wore when I was 2.
The bananas and pajamas.
Oh, God, yeah. Bananas in pajamas. And Teletubbies. I never watched Teletubbies, but my cousin did.
Rugrats.
Yeah. Lorgasm. I got little glimmers of them around 05, 06. People I knew were singing Chicken Huntin', but I didn't become down until 2007, freshman year. Yeah, so that's kind of how I tell my Juggalo origin story. I have when my sister discovered them. I have when I started listening to them. And then I have when I discovered the Juggalo world, which was 2007. Because, yes, I started listening to ICP. But again, 5 years of just ICP and Joker cards, that's it. Like, not even Forgotten Freshness, Beverly Kills. I didn't know any of the Sideshow EPs. I knew just the Joker cards. That was it. And Bizarre Bizarre.
Then our first gathering.
Yeah.
That was a whole nother.
Gathering 17. Like, I remember that year, everything lined up so perfectly for us to go.
It just felt like home in this weird sense of a bunch of people that you don't know, but you felt like you did.
Yeah.
And you seen people who were taller than you, shorter than you, fatter, skinnier, uglier, prettier, like every walk of life. And I just felt like I fit in.
Yeah. I remember going to it nervous because I'm, more of an introverted, bashful personality. And I remember feeling like I'm still like that. I'm still like that. But what I'm saying is when we were going, I felt like
we
I was
go
going to be out of my element.
And you push me to go first. You ask him. You ask him. You call him. You still do that. You kidding me? Oh, look today. Where we went today. There's 2 doors to go in. And he held the first door for me. So I walked in and I wanted to hold that door for you and you grabbed it and shooed me in first. We go to the counter and you're just I'm like, you gonna order? Do you know what you want? I'm like, yeah, go ahead and order, man. Order. You're like, you get what you want.
I don't know. I'm not.
That's okay. That's how we went each other out in other ways too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because in the other sense that maybe I might be viewed as a little hot-headed or there's Mia. She cute.
But see, and that's what I find.
I might be viewed as a little hot-headed or
yeah,
quick to react. He kind of helps ground me in that because sometimes people piss me off and I'll be like, I'm gonna go say something to them, and he'll be like, no, don't say anything. Don't do it. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, sometimes I talk you down. That's what's so funny is my brother and my sister were so surprised when I started doing YouTube videos.
That was a safe outlet for you.
I ain't gonna lie, guys. I could shoot a video every day, any day, not have issues, but live streaming makes me nervous because it's the same shit of like being bashful because you're more. It's live, like you're interacting live.
You gotta give me credit too for getting you into YouTube.
That's true. You did. You were my. You were my.
Oh my god, I was like literally a child still when we were making YouTube videos. 2015, YouTube came out instantly.
2005.
That's what I meant.
You said 15. I'm like,
okay, well that's what I meant. 2005, it came out, and we instantly like I made an account because you had to be 14, so I like lied, but I wasn't 14, and we just started making like stupid ass videos, like me and my friends, and like pranking each other and stuff, and so when we had met, I had already had a YouTube, but like not the one I have now. I already had one, so like I was showing like him. I'd always show you videos on YouTube because I would be on YouTube every day. So
we should try to get some of that footage and like.
Oh my god, no! I would be mortified.
Every so often,
do
have
you
like
even
a flashback.
know
Friday.
the shit that we did? Like I would be mortified if someone found that account.
Hey, you know that one video I showed you of me singing "Walking to the Light" when we lived there in Laramie. It was in 2000. It was the summer of 2003 when I did that video. Remember? Yeah, you got to remember which one I'm talking about, right? The one where I'm like real young, singing, and my voice is cracking. You remember that one? No. I did a throwback Thursday of that on the channel back in like 2014 or something.
Can you not block this guy or what?
I did. It doesn't show that he's hidden.
Just for like so long.
No, I actually like hidden from the channel.
Oh.
So like he's not able to. Gotcha. He just a shit talker.
It's kind of sad though that he has nothing else better in his life, but then to like watch out for your live streams just to come and like comment and listen to us talk.
Yeah, well, and you look at the name of his channel, he's definitely going around surfing for Juggalo shit.
No, but I mean, like, to be at that point in your life, to be that miserable, that full of hate, and have, like, no hope for anything, like, that's really sad if you think about it.
It really is.
To not have any friends in the chat, to not have, like, that's kind of sad.
That's kind of one of the things that, for me, is ironic, is we have Juggalos that go on to Faygo lovers and talk shit anytime there's a Twiztid post. It's like you realize you're doing what people did to Juggalos however many years ago, or even still now. Like whenever an outsider comes in and tries to talk shit about Juggalos, they're doing that to Twiztid fans. Yeah. They're the same. It's like you're being a douchebag.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. People hate is gonna hate.
She's super cuddly.
But, we've been live for an hour now. I don't know if you want to wrap things up or keep going.
I think that's all we're... Oh, the only other thing... Sorry, go ahead.
We didn't do Am I the Asshole, did we?
I got rid of that segment because you didn't seem to care for it.
I liked it. I even gave you a topic.
The only other thing that I like really have for the live stream is I started making a packing list for the gathering. So I didn't know if anyone wanted to share any like unusual thing that you pack. Not like obviously I have the basics like a tent and a bed, but like does anybody have like anything unusual that they packed? I thought we could maybe like share some of those and
a blow up doll.
You take a blow up doll to the
No. I feel like that would be one of the most unusual.
I think one of the like unusual things that we bring is aloe.
No, I wouldn't say that's unusual.
Because
sunburns.
We literally took it over to my grandma's house last weekend because they like never heard of aloe. Huh. They had like no idea that you could use that as like a lotion.
Yeah, what do you use it for? When you think of aloe vera, what do you think it's used for? Sunburns, right?
But it's also like really good to use so you don't get sunburn as a like prevention. Obviously sunscreen is like a common thing, but I always like, aloe is also good. You can use it after the fact or before the fact so you don't get sunburned. Yeah, see, Lord guys are saying aloe is common. Sad boy hours says face paint. No,
I've painted my face maybe 3 times now in my life, maybe 4. Juggalo's BD John says my dad got me into ICP in 1999 when Barnes and Noble used to sell tapes and CDs. I became down in November 2004. Hell's Pit was just released. First concert was the Dark Lotus Opaque Brotherhood tour. That tour was fucking dope. And many after.
One of the things that we brought this last time we went to the gathering was a shower tent and then a little toilet. And so it's like a 2-part shower tent, which that's what I recommend, man, because you have like a wet side and a dry side. And you would literally like sit on the toilet and like unzip, and you'd have all your shit on the dry side. And you would sit on the toilet and like brush your teeth, wash your face, shower, and then like dry off and then go to the dry side and get dressed for the day. And it was amazing. I'm telling you, like getting that bug spray off you.
Yeah.
And putting like fresh aloe, fresh sunscreen, like that was amazing. Just to feel like normal, you know?
Yeah. I don't remember. Did we use the water bag that came with it or no?
Yes.
Okay.
But I also brought like a bowl and a washcloth to like use soaps and like take a shower. So and we took for our mirror, it was a baby mirror that goes on the back of your car seat in your car so that you can see your baby behind you. That's what I took, and because it has Velcro, and I would just Velcroed it like on the top part of like the canopy, and it was perfect. And also we always take a trash bag and a collapsible hamper because the hamper's flat.
Yeah.
It folds flat and then it opens. You can put your trash bag in it. And you know it's best with those little toilets to not flush toilet paper down. Just throw that shit away separately.
Yeah. We've taken a power converter the past few years and a car battery. I don't know if I want to do that this year.
No.
Because it died like the first day, which the fan was nice to have for that first day when you're inside the tent, but I don't know. I don't know.
And I tell you, I need to be like, what do you call that? Sponsored. But you guys, if you're a girl and you're going to the gathering, you need to look into a menstrual cup. I'm telling you, you are missing out. If you're a guy and you got a girl, you need to tell your girl about a menstrual cup because her life will fucking change.
Exactly. I was about to say, I'm a guy and I would recommend a menstrual cup.
You would recommend it?
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're amazing. You can change it once a day. No pads, no tampons. You change this thing once a day. It's reusable. It's amazing.
Oh, hell yeah.
And especially like with camping like that, you could go to like the shower trailers and shower, change it, put it back in. Yeah, I always recommend like taking extra medicine. You'd hate to be at the gathering if you get like migraines or you have some heart medicine you're on, God forbid, like you can't swallow it or it drops and get ruined. You want to pack extra of everything.
This will be
extra clothes, extra everything.
I just realized this will be the first gathering we've gone to where I have to take medicine with me.
Yeah, so that's something you're going to want to take extra.
Because I'm on blood pressure medicine.
So if it gets wet or ruined or you drop it or you can't swallow it or like whatever, you know.
Yeah. I usually don't have any issues swallowing. I knew you were going to take it that way. I was in my head going, do I say it like this?
Well then.
No, but yeah.
Yeah, and then like
I'm trying to think if there's anything really weird that I have taken.
You've taken a CD player.
That's not weird.
That is weird.
That's not weird because they give out.
Okay, it's unusual. If you were like to Google camping packing list, that's probably not on there. But because we had the CD player, we were able to listen without our vehicle. We were able to listen to the new CD that came out.
And that's why it's not weird to me because they release albums at the gathering.
I didn't say weird. I said unusual.
I wouldn't even say unusual. You're going to a music festival.
It's a good thing. It's a good suggestion to add. It's an unusual camping item.
Maybe something you wouldn't think about. Let's say it like that. Cali Green Too Fresh in the God damn, it's been a while. How you doing, dude? Juggalo John up in the chat. Tony Larson in the chat. But yeah, I think I want to take the Discman, but on the same hand, we have the car.
Yeah, but this is something, it's hot out.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hot at gatherings. This is something we could sit out in the shade and breathe and listen to.
So what I did for Whoopstock.
You gotta think, everybody around you is blasting shit. So to be able to have something with headphones is nice. It was.
Yeah. What I did at Whoopstock, I don't think I took a Discman. I just hopped in my rental car when I listened to Magical Bag of Poop. I just popped it in and Hell Cellar. I just popped it in there, blasted the AC, so I was able to cool off and listen to music.
I don't like doing that because when you get back out, you're more miserable because you had a taste of. It's like for me, it's best to like stay hot and not get cooled off. Because if I go get cooled off and then I go back out to reality, it's going to be more miserable. Does that make any sense?
It does. It actually does make sense.
Okay.
But on the same hand, it was nice to just be able to cool off.
I don't know.
When I did it, it was right after
Those
the ICP.
fucking showers are like ice showers. That cools you off.
That is true.
We would always shower at night because and even then it was cold, but the morning would be even worse. Like they would be ice.
Yeah, I think I showered in the mornings, didn't I?
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah.
It was miserable.
I think I looked at it as I wanted a fresh start for the day. And then within an hour, I was...
you sweat more than what you know what I mean?
Yeah, within an hour, I was already sweaty again.
He has night sweats or whatever. I don't, I would go to bed cold, wake up cold, so, it didn't affect me.
Why don't you just say it? I'm fat, okay?
No, you have night sweats. It's a real thing.
Yeah. Well, and I've got high blood pressure, so that makes me naturally hot.
And I have low blood pressure, so I'm usually cold.
We want... Oh, Juggalo John, your hashtag is weirding me out. We want Axe reviews. They're coming. I promise you, they are coming. I want to make sure I have everything fully processed. I've been listening to the shit out of all the albums for the last 2.5 weeks now. So, I've been saying since I started listening to Super Famous Fun Time guys, I was tiptoeing towards Axe. It's because of listening to them that I was able to get into it, and it was because of Low Key, mainly Into the Fire off of Demon Days. That song is fucking dope, and that's kind of what opened that door for me. So, peace to Cali Green Too Fresh. He had to head back to work. What's up, Wesley Beck in the Ha? We got to do the double showers every day for the sweats. Typically, when it's summertime, I will shower after work.
I just don't have that issue. I would shower at night before we go to bed, and then that would be good. Yeah.
But see, my thing is I'm so tired. It would probably help me sleep better if I did that.
Oh, hell yeah. Get that bug spray off and stuff just to be able to sleep. And
I'll try it this year.
So what does everybody use to sleep on at the gathering? Because the first year we tried an air mattress, which I did not like.
I did.
The second year we slept on the ground, which I think I liked the most. And this year, if we go, we're talking about maybe getting cots, our own separate cots.
I'd be down for the cot. Because what we didn't necessarily sleep on the ground. We got one of those little camping mats that you can roll out.
It was this thick. We slept on the ground.
Yeah, it wasn't shit.
I felt the ground under me. And the only reason we're floor sleepers, so it doesn't bother us. But the reason I wouldn't recommend that is because the dew and the moisture got everything wet. So we would wake up and the edge of our blankets that were off the mat onto the tent were wet and dewy. And so I just really wouldn't recommend that. Yeah. If you can get a cot or an air mattress or something up off the ground, I would recommend that.
I'm actually totally fucking down for the cots. I would worry about, you don't think they would damage the floor of the tent, do you?
We'd probably have to still take the mats and put them underneath.
Pool noodles.
Or that.
Take a pool noodle, slice it, and you can put that on the little, the legs of the cot. That'll cushion it. Oh, yeah, Don Chaos is officially in Florida now.
Oh, you moved there like permanently?
Yeah, he just. I think yesterday I seen he posted that he had made it.
Wow.
Caught with a pad or a blanket. I'm actually like really thinking.
See, we don't need like cushion because we're floor sleepers.
Right.
So we sleep on 3-inch pad. That's it. We don't have a mattress. We sleep on 3 inches of padding. So we're floor sleepers. Sleepers. We sleep too, but so that doesn't bother us. My main concern with the air mattress was it was not firm enough. So my back curved and I just slept like shit. And you have to keep airing it up. And if you share with somebody,
you're gonna into each other.
And I don't know. I just didn't enjoy that.
And you're already hot anyway, and then you got fucking skin that's getting mended to each other. Pad helps you from sinking to the center. Card with a pad or blanket. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But no, maybe we could go to Walmart and open the cots and try them.
Right there.
And see if they're firm enough for us.
Don't mind us. We're just trying it out.
I'm sure it would be fine. It's not going to be worse than an air mattress.
Yeah, I feel like that wouldn't be terrible. I really don't. I
just worry about the cots. They're going to take up so much room.
Mm-hmm. We got that new suitcase thing that goes on top of my car.
Yeah, I guess that's true. We could put them up there.
Which, I'm excited. As we're sitting here talking, it feels like we just upped our percentages of going from 80 to 95.
What?
Because we're legit talking the showers that we want to do different. We're talking the cots that we want to take. Yeah, I feel like we're.
It's not that I don't want to go. I mean, you know what my hesitation is.
Yeah. I once rented a full-size van and just threw a regular mattress in the back. That's a great idea.
Like a Sprinter van? That would be perfect. I feel like it would be so hot in there, though. Oh, my God.
Yeah, like Coma. He stayed in his car the whole time at Super Gathering. I'm like, how?
Yeah, and no screen windows, so just something to think about.
Yeah.
Me and him were talking about the gathering this year, and I guess his car, the window's broken on it, so he can't roll it up and down. So that's kind of one of his concerns.
I think he would, if we was to say we were going, he would probably put more effort into going.
Well, he's got a dog too, and us, our concern is usually my dad watched our dogs when we went to the gathering, our concerts, but since then he's moved to an area that doesn't have a fence in the yard. So our dogs can't stay at his house. He'd have to come here to our house twice a day to let him out. And one, that's not really fair to our dogs to only be let out twice a day.
Yeah.
And to be kept in a kennel. Yeah. A kennel for 22 hours a day? That's a lot, man.
I wouldn't put her in a kennel. I would separate them.
But
I would rig something up to where she can't scratch the wall.
So then the other thing is we thought about doing a kennel or something, but we have one dog that's aggressive to other dogs. And the thought of leaving her with a stranger worries me because what if she gets loose? What if there's an issue? Yeah. We're in Ohio. We can't just come back and get her. What would we do? It just worries me. And then the amount of money it would cost for a kennel. I don't know. I'm just conflicted.
Honestly, I would say have Ming go to your dad's.
I can't. They cannot go out there to his house. There's no fenced-in yard, and he lives on a freaking highway. There's no way I'm letting him go there.
That's true.
He would just let him out.
Yeah, you're right. He would.
And it would literally take a squirrel, a bunny, a cat, and they would be gone. That's all it would take. Right. You really want to drop him off there?
Well, what I was saying is just Ming go there and Mia stay here, and him let her out here.
That's even more for him. You got to put her on a leash. Come over here twice a day. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a huge inconvenience for somebody.
We'll figure something out. We could probably. I feel like we could easily rig something up to where she can't scratch the walls, and they could be in separate rooms. You know what I mean? She could be out in the parlor.
Yeah.
And maybe put Mia in here or in the hallway there. Or in the parlor, we have that one kennel that we can set up that's bigger. So she'll have more walk room. That way she's not in an actual cage.
Yeah, we could do that for the time being.
Yeah.
But I just hate to have to ask someone to come over twice a day.
Yeah. Well, he would take her in a heartbeat. I'm with you, though. I don't think that's a good idea. I could see that being bad.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yeah, it sounds like our percentages of going have gone up. We have anything else on the itinerary?
No, that was it.
That was it.
I'll double check. Just the vendors that were announced, which I mean, but other than that, we did everything.
Dogs are going to stay at home. Dogs are for stay at home people. I would honestly agree with that a little bit. Hire a dog / house sitter. We don't really know anybody.
Well, that's the thing.
That's
like,
what we're trying to figure out.
The only person we like really have in our family that we would like trust with a key and everything is my dad. Like, he's the only one that, like, anybody else that we ask in our family would like really inconvenience them because they have like kids or, you know, a job, and it's just like, you know, I worry about like inconvenience. I don't want to inconvenience somebody, is what it is.
Yeah.
And even my dad, he works 13-hour shifts, and then he has to come all over to our house twice a day. Like, that's gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we could like maybe your sister, but then like I feel like we need to pay her or something because
right,
like she's got kids and a job, and then she's got her own life, and
well, and that would actually probably help her and Ming's bond even more. Like, they're bonding now, but that'll probably help them even more. Jesse Cronin, LSP merch booth. Oh, that's right. There's going to be a merch booth for LSP at the gathering. What artist do you think will be there? Darby O'Trill. If I had to put money on it, I'd say Darby O'Trill is going to be there. Because I know Devereaux does a lot of work with LSP as well. Which, if you don't know, Devereaux is Ouija Mac's producer.
I'm kind of mumbling.
Huh?
You're like slouched. You're kind of mumbling.
Sorry. But yeah, Darby O'Trill is who my guess is. Will be at the gathering. Maybe Cody Manson. Maybe Scum. Scum's on tour right now with DJ Clay and Big Hoodoo and Light, so I could see Scum being there too. But yeah, Juggalo's BD John. Whoop whoop, you guys. See you next week. Hopefully. Can't make promises. We're gonna live stream next week. So yeah, make sure you have hit the notification bell because you never know when we're gonna go live. We're not like the big podcasters with set schedules. We're YouTubers. We like to do YouTube stuff, and every now and again,
well, I wouldn't even say that. We do YouTube for fun.
Right, that's what.
Like, it's not our career. It's not it's not like, you know what I mean, our job.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If it was, things would be totally different. But we have jobs and lives, and this is a hobby for us. So.
Lorgasm said, "Did you see Ninja posted in museum some Batman themed Joker card shirts?" I did not.
Does anybody have any questions or suggestions for the next live stream before we end it?
Oh, yeah. Like a topic that you
like a topic or questions or suggestions or a series or anything. Like, shoot them in the comments real quick, and I can always copy and paste them, save them later.
That's true.
Other than that, I think we should wrap things up.
I agree. We've been it was a good live stream, very good live stream.
Yeah, it was.
That's the other thing too about like going live every week. A lot of other podcasters do it. It's like, hey, I wanna do Juggalo talk when there's Juggalo talk to be talked about. Does that make sense? When shit happens and there's shit to talk about, that's when I want to fucking talk. I don't want to just go live every single week and be like, yo. Yeah, I don't want to make a clickbait title for a 5-minute thing we're going to talk about, and then the rest of the time have a live stream. Like, that's the thing that everybody does. I don't want to do that. That's not what I'm about. That's not what we're about. If you were stuck on an island, what 3 CDs would you have? That's a good question.
Ooh. Can I save that for next time?
Yes. Show off more Meg's dope stuff she makes. Thanks for the bag again. Yeah, she does make a lot of really dope stuff. Like when I was on Deck One Delt, like they immediately started asking about the riddle box.
They did.
Yeah, and I was telling them about the vase and how you're just like crafty. You know, the Malenko hat is up there. I couldn't show it in their episode because.
Oh yeah, you can barely see it. But yeah.
Yeah. Guess. Oh yeah, ginger ale for the Guess the Faygo, or is it Faygo? That's a good one to write down and keep in mind. I think we have flavors for cream soda.
Oh my god, this whole time this hasn't been charging. Is it? I just like looked down. I'm like, what do you mean battery's low? Like it's plugged in.
Oh yeah, Wesley Beck got that signed DC Faygo Faygo bottle. I've autographed the name DC Faygo guy like 2 times, maybe 3. There was somebody at the gathering. It was at Woodstock that wanted me to sign their program, and I had never signed as that name before. Maskey says, seeing you on Deck One Delt was wicked. Anyone that has slept on them is missing out big time. For sure. Dope channel, dope podcast. It honestly, I would safely say it's my favorite podcast, Juggalo wise. Like, I'm sorry, Roan, if you're watching, you've been knocked down by Deck One Delt. I really enjoy their show.
Don't say that.
Well, so Beneath the Dirt, he does like news, talks about new albums that came out.
I don't tell him anything knocked down.
I'm just saying that Deck One Delt's my favorite podcast.
I get that. You said it like 12 times this whole Juggalo talk. More like 20 probably, but you don't gotta knock other people down. That's you know.
Yeah. I just want to say they're my favorite.
You have.
It's because they're
21 times now.
What I love about them, let me sell you on Deck One Delt, right?
Okay, can we enough with that? Okay?
let me sell you on them. Though.
You have? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, let's move on.
They're Juggalo homies from back in the day.
They're
dynamic. That. They're like the conversations they have. It reminds me of me and you. That's what I like about them.
I like them. I don't want to get that misconstrued. I do enjoy watching them. But like 5, 10, 15, 20, like, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We get it. Like, let's move on. And not knock other people down. Like, that's all I was saying. Like, you don't got to say that.
Yeah. Let's prop up the positive.
Yeah.
Keep things
let's
positive.
Promote both of them. Let's not, like, try to compare and say,
yeah.
You know
subscribe to Beneath the Dirt. Subscribe to Deck One Delt. Subscribe to Makes Diamond. And
no orgasm. We don't. We've heard enough.
And my Wicked Clowns hoodie. I'll tell you what. My Wicked Clowns hoodie and my Wicked Clowns shoes. Epic saga with those, right? I waited 3 months to get those. If your channel can hit 1,000 subscribers in 17 days, I'll give away my Wicked Clown shoes.
That is not going to happen.
If Deck One Delt can hit 1,000 subscribers in 17 days, I'll give away my hoodie. 2 channels that are really dope and deserve more subscribers. If those 2 channels, Megs Diamond and Deck One Delt, can hit 1,000 subscribers in 17 days, I will give those both away.
How close are they to hit 1,000?
They're at 300 and something subscribers. So they need 700 subscribers.
That's even with me then.
So yeah, if both of your channels can hit 1,000 subscribers in 17 days, we'll do a giveaway for a Wicked Clowns hoodie. We'll do a giveaway for my Wicked Clown shoes because I don't wear either one. So how about that? Spread the fucking word. Challenge is on at the end of this live stream.
I'm going to go check. Because I feel like we're probably pretty even then. I have 356. So wait, if I get to 1,000, I can do live streams again.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Y'all know they fucking took that away from me, right? Like I used to be able to do live stream, and then whenever they sold the company or whatever, I don't fucking know. They like sent me this lovely little email thanking me for being a part of YouTube for so many years, and I posted on my Instagram, and then they had put like, but by the way, we're revoking the live stream privilege for anyone with less than 1,000 subscribers. And I was like,
well, and the other thing for you too, because they don't have 1,000 subscribers, but the reason they're able to live stream is because of their view count is high.
So 17 days.
17 days from today.
So not counting today. So 1, 2. So May 31st.
May 30th. Oh, okay. By the end of the month, if Megs can hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month, I will give away my Wicked Clown shoes because I kick it with Megs on the daily.
Aww.
And if Deck One Doubt can get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month, I will give away my Wicked Clowns hoodie because they had at one point they had like a really dope art that was them, and it reminds me of that Wicked Clowns design.
I like that.
So the challenge is on, guys. If they can hit 1,000 subscribers, you get a chance for a free hoodie. You get a chance for free shoes.
That's really sweet of you to try to help us out like that.
You know, I want to praise up fucking good channels. You know, I'm not gonna lie. There's not great Juggalo content creators out there. They're all about drama. I want to raise up the good channels that are about positive shit.
Well, thank you for saying that.
So, sure. I think we should end on that note because that's a big fucking announcement to make right there. Oh, hell yeah.
When I swear by my most popular videos, the Uber Juggalo comedy skit is number 1, which blows my mind because that was so corny. It was so stupid. I can't believe we even did that. And then the 17th annual gathering of the Juggalos is my second most popular video. And then back when I used to do CD reviews, my third most popular is Green Day CD. It's crazy.
Yeah. I can't post the link right now, nobody man, but if you go into the description of this video right now, you can the link is there. And the link to Megs' channel is there. You know, I'm just going to make a standalone video and post about this announcement I just made, this challenge. So I'll provide links there as well. Would love to hear your lore or theme predictions for Pug Ugly. I honestly still haven't fully figured out Wicked Vic yet. I think I have an idea of what Yum Yum Bedlam is start that over. I think I have an idea of what Yum Yum Flower as a whole is, but I can't really tie in what their individual meanings are. I think it's just kind of their way of giving us extra music. But I think we're going to end on that note. Sound good?
Yeah.
Alrighty. I want to say thank you to everybody in the motherfucking chat. You guys were popping off tonight. It was dope to see some old names back. Sister Hatchet, Cali Green Too Fresh. Hadn't seen him for a while. And, you know, everybody that's usually tuned in live when we go live. So hopefully we'll see you guys next week. If not, we'll be live eventually again. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. And, yeah, join the Discord. Become a member if you want to support giveaways. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys next time.